Welcome back to Just a Minute, Just a Mishnais. This Mishnais of the Nishmas, Fredelei Basrachal, and the Schus of Eli Yitzchak ben Gila, and their frost, their Basrivish Tafush, Lemas, and Secha Saita Perik Zayin, Mishnah Alpha, Mishnah Beis, Elu Nemar B'chal Lashon. So in this Mishnah, we're going to go through some things which you can say in any language. So Parashat Sotah, so when we talked about the Kohen reads certain psukim to the Sotah, so then that can be in any language. Not talking about the Megillah that they write, but the things he says to her. Uvidu Meiser, and when someone brings, when someone has Meiser, which he didn't finish giving out, so he has to biur, and he has to basically say it's hefka, so he can do that in any language. Kriyas Shema that we say every day, that can be in any language. Utfila and davening Shemon Esrei, or Birkas Hamazon, and benching. Obviously, you still need to daven in Lashon Kodesh according to it, but technically you could daven in any language. Ushruasa Eidos, and if someone, so this is a case here where someone makes a shvua, that someone swears that he doesn't know any edus. So let's say Reuven asks Shimon and Levi to come and be edim for him, to come be witnesses for him, and they agree, and then they both swear that we don't know what he's talking about, we don't know about anything about this, and then we find out they were lying. So they have to bring a carbon. So even if when they made that when they swore, they did it in a different language except for Lashon HaKodesh, or if someone gave someone a loan and gave him a guarantee, and he was given a guarantee, and then when the guy comes to pay up and get his guarantee back, the guy says, "I don't know what you're talking about. You didn't give me any guarantee." So in both these cases, and then he swears he doesn't know about anything about it. So in all of these cases, even though he does it not in Lashon HaKodesh, it still works. Mishnah Beis. The following things have to be said in Lashon HaKodesh. Mikra Bikurim, the psukim which you read out, and then after this we're going to go into detail into each of these things, so if you don't understand them now, it's okay, we're going to go into more detail later on. The Mikra Bikurim, the psukim that we talked about in Mesechus Bikurim, the psukim that the Kohen reads, or the person reads when they bring Bikurim. The Chalitza, when you do Chalitza, so when the psukim that the man and woman say to each other also have to be in Lashon HaKodesh. Brachas uklalais, when we read out the Torah, the psukim, the parshas of the brachas and klaus, the blessings and the curses, birkas kohanim and birkas kohanim, or birkas kohen gadol, and at the end of Yom Kippur in the Beis Hamikdash, the kohen gadol do birkas kohanim, or parshas hamelach, and the kriyas Torah, which the king would read out, which is the parsha of Hakel, or Parshas Egla Rufa, and the Parsha of Egla Rufa, which we're also going to talk about soon, which is when you find a dead body, you have to chop off the head of a sheep. We'll talk about that later on. And a Kohen Gadol who is only there because of a war. We're also going to talk about that later on. Who talks to he says to the people who are going out to fight. So all these things have to be said in Lashon Kodesh, Good Shabbos, and those are days Mishnayos.